Hi, everybody. Today is June 19th, 2025. Going to do our midweek market review. We'll also go over the focus list and our watch list. So, what do we have here? What I like to do is look at a few breadth indicators. I like to look at the RSP, which is the equal weight S&P. We are rolling over a little bit into that 200-day moving average. The 50-day moving average is this green line here. It is starting to curl up. I have a feeling that we are going to backfill into this inflection point, and the idea that I am looking for is for a 50 and 200-day moving average crossover, which will then create a launch pad for new highs. So that is what I'm really thinking is going to happen. If that fails, then obviously that would be an expectation breaker. So NASI is one of the number one indicators that I look at. I like to trade my biggest when we are in a smooth trend here. So back in April, we had this really nice trend, and then it got into oversold. Oversold can be oversold, can become more oversold, which is fine. It's just that hook down that we need to worry about. So we have had a hook down, and so I'm waiting for this to stabilize and then hook back up. The number of stocks over the 20-day moving average is finding a little bit of support here in the low 40s. I want to see that definitely higher than 60 or 70%. Same thing with stocks over the 50-day moving average. Right now, around 60, which is fine. It is rolling over a little bit. So if this can maintain some stability above 60 or 70, that would be fantastic. I do look at net highs. Right now we are in a net high environment. All the slow moving averages are above the fast moving averages. The MAs are stacked correctly. And the number of stocks above their 200-day moving average is just under 50. I do want to see it over 50. We are in the low 40s, which is fine. However, the more participation, the better. So what do we do as far as watch list and focus list management? So the first thing I do is I just review my immediate watch list, which is my focus list. And so I do have SSO and TQQ here because that is how I'm going to take advantage of that scenario that I talked about playing out, that 50 to 200-day moving average crossover, which would create a launching pad. I would like to utilize either SSO or TQQ, or maybe a combination of both, to get some leverage exposure when the market hits new highs. So here are some names, and what we're going to do is just go through. If we see anything broken, anything lagging, then we'll take it off the focus list. We have clear support here. We have an alert set for above that little consolidation period here at 481.08. So I'm going to keep this on the watch list. I had gotten long on this day, June 12th, but I was taken out, so I can actually delete that. And then I'm going to move this. This is my alert. Actually, my alert is here. So what I'm going to do is whenever I place alerts, I try to place alerts over a little consolidation period, not over the wick, just before the wick. And so if you see on the 1 hour chart, essentially I am looking to kind of take out this level here because this is that consolidation on the 1 hour, which represents the consolidation on the daily. Of course, that transfers over pretty well. So 46.04 aligns perfectly with the consolidation here. So that's what I'm looking for a trigger on dual. GEV, tightening up, looking very well. This is probably one of the best setups right now. This looks fantastic. I have an alert set for 492.69. Very nice tight closes. Just retested that 21-day moving average, so I'm going to keep that there. Apps definitely had some expectation breaker on this. I took a trade off of this, but I came back to my cost, which was fine by me. I'm going to keep this on the focus list. Ideally, there's one more tight day. So we would have essentially a double inside day, and then we would use the high of that 777 as the trigger. So I'm going to keep that there for now. Inbis, nice tight action. I do like the way this is forming. I'm going to set an alert for the high of that. Let's see what it looks like on the hourly. I'll move it to that high there. And I'll set an alert there. And that is, that's how we're going to play that. That looks really good. QBTS, again, nice tight action. Set an alert just above this. So I'm going to use these wicks here as support and these wicks here as resistance. And so that to me is a level that is an inflection point. So that is where I'm going to set my alarm, my alert. It is in the wicks a bit here, 1606, 1624. Sorry, 1624. So it is in the wicks here. So if this comes out here, I probably will wait to see how it reacts when it is trading against these this wick here. So not every trigger is an alert to buy. It's just a tool we use to put our eyes on the trade. Now, if it can blast through here and it's holding here, and then clearly testing this zone and then staying above here, then I would look to enter somewhere around there. So a little bit past 16.5, that area here. AVGO, very nice tight action. Look at the weekly. Sorry. Look at the weekly. Looks pretty good. It looks like we do need a little bit more basing here. So I don't love this. I don't love that it's just getting smacked down, smacked down, smacked down. What I'll do is I will set an alert for the top of that gap up, or the high of that gap down, and set an alert here. And if that triggers, we'll see what that looks like. And we'll play it that way. But essentially on the hourly, I want to see it above the 257. Domo, okay, so this is breaking down. It's testing here. I'm going to set I have an alert set for the high of the day there. I'm going to take this off of the focus list and move this over to just a regular watch list. HIMS, the setup is gone for me, so I'm going to put this on the green. Snow, looking very good. Set an alert for here. On the hourly. Again, I want it to break through and then hold that level here to see how it trades against these wicks here. That looks pretty good. So now we're going to do the same thing on the green list. If there's anything that needs to get kicked off the green list or moved to focus list, we'll do that. And so what I'm looking for is tight, nice tight action. A-Lab is very nice. What I want to see, however, is I want to see some morning weakness and then a break into high. So I'll move that over to the pink list, which is the focus list. But if this just opens up in 99.5 and then shoots through, I would be less tempted to get involved. If it can come down to this area here, there's some demand here. So if it can kind of test 97 area and then shoot up, it would be grabbing some demand from this consolidation here. So that's what I'm looking for. Aust, looking good, but pretty extended off the ATR, the 50-day ATR. Rocket Lab, very nice action. Fantastic. Whenever you have these really nasty closes, I always like to put a alert on the close. So if that's the case, then you would have got a really nice 6% or so with very, very low risk. Hood is the absolute monster, true market leader. TME, let's see what that looks like. So now it's riding this 10 EMA. So I'm not that interested. I like taking 10 EMA trades. This is a 9, sorry. I like taking 9 EMA trades when it's the first test of 9 EMA. If it's has multiple tests of the EMA, I want to wait for the next lowest EMA, which would be the 21 EMA. NVTS, looking okay, but this is very heavy here, so I'm not that interested. Roblox, unbelievable. Not much we can do with that. Bros looks very good. Just no way I can trade that with this ugly wick right here. Palantir, no position or no way to get into that. Oracle is a very good leader, but no way to get into that. Dash, again, same thing. I need to see it to come in and take that 21 EMA. This looks okay. Feels heavy. Feels heavy on the hourly. Feels like it's rolling over. Sol off, roll over. So I'm not that interested in that. CPNG. This looks pretty good. I don't like the hourly. I want the hourly to yeah, I mean, it's just getting shot down. There's no real pattern on the hourly. I'd like to see some sort of recognizable pattern on the hourly and on the daily. Shop looks like it's going to roll over. The Bitcoin stuff is not looking too good. Yeah. This is something I'm a little concerned about. Inside day on this looks okay. If this can tighten up around here, that would be good for an entry. Uber not looking too hot. This needs to tighten up a little bit, but essentially if it can hold the previous resistance, let's say tightens up against here and then moves out and then blasts off, that'd be a really cool way to enter that trade. Stoke. So Stoke had a breakout on Tuesday and then failed. So this is a big thing I look at when I do these. I do this on a day-to-day basis, and I'm looking for any stock that's on my list that breaks out and fails. Okay, that gives me insight. I look for this. Okay, so this is a failed trade, so I'm taking this off. I'm not looking. This is lagging horribly, so I'm going to delete this. So this is a part of the management that is key. Is to you're not just looking for setups. You're looking for, oh my God, you're looking for a way to clean up your list. So this is a total lagger. And I don't want nothing to do with this. So I'm going to take this off. APLD. I'm going to set an alert here. Okay, I already have an alert set. And I'm just going to take this off of my green list. Okay. Same thing. This is a failed setup. So I'm going to set my alert back over the 21-day moving average, and I'm just going to take it off the list. And if it comes back on my list, that's great. Okay, so Domo has a make or break. If it loses the 21-day moving average, then I will kick it off. But I have an alert set here, but it's going to be likely to be kicked off eventually. So that's it. That's my entire process. That's what I do on a day-to-day basis. I also run a few more scans. I run a 1 week scan, so I'm looking for stocks that have moved 20% in 1 week. And essentially what I'm doing is looking for stuff like this. Okay, so I'm going to mark this green. Okay, big volume, nice breakout, not viable right now. And I'm just going to quickly run through CRK, big momentum up, lots of buying. So mark this as a green. Oscar, mark this as green. And I'm just looking for, this is a fantastic breakout here. But this is too beat down for me now. If this tightens up over here and provides an entry, that'd be awesome. But it will come up on my list if it does that. Life Made. What sector is this? Medical. That's awesome. This is a very great breakout. I'd marked it. I obviously saw it at some point. I'm not really taking breakouts at the moment. RQQ is really great. And I am essentially just looking for opportunities for the next couple of days with anything that's high momentum that's getting tight. These aren't going to typically be buyable, but what they do is they show you where momentum is going into. So obviously we're seeing a lot of medical, a lot of ASTS should be green, yeah. Where are we? Okay. And so this is how I look at what is working. This is what I do for relative strength, or what I do for sector strength is I'm just scanning every day to see where the money's going, see what's running. That's telling me where the money's going. Pharmacy. And I'm just taking mental notes of this stuff. A lot of this stuff will be, okay, so that was that. I also look at stocks that made 10% move. There will be a lot of overlap. You have to be aware of that. A lot of these names look the same. I'm just going to try to click through a few. This is actually looking decent. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert here, but I'm not going to put it on any kind of list because it is kind of a low float junker. And then also look at the stocks that gapped. Typically, if it gaps and it has a really fantastic gap, it will be on that 10% scan anyways. So this is a lot of overlap as well. But you never know. There's only 25 names, so it's only going to take a few minutes to click through it. And we might get lucky and see something that looks good. Marvel. Let's keep an eye on Marvel. We'll mark that as green. Inside day on TXO. But look how heavy that is. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so that's how I do it. That's my exact process. And going into Friday, a lot of geopolitical stuff up in the air. So trade accordingly. Market is not doing super great. Breakouts are failing, but there are some stuff that's working. So if you are interested in trading, just make sure you're trading with the appropriate size and risk tolerance. So and expectation. All right, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot.